biggest mistakes young professionals make in the workplace is assuming that every boss communicates the same way. But the reality is, they don't. Some leaders want quick answers, some want discussion, some want the big picture, and others barely want to be involved at all.
Based on these Q3 metrics, the projected growth is unprecedented.
Absolutely, we should move forward with the expansion.
Agreed.
So if you've ever felt like you're doing your best to communicate at work, but your boss still seems uninterested, frustrated, or confused, it might not be your communication, but it might be that you're not matching their leadership style. In this video, I'm going to break down the 4 leadership styles you'll encounter in the workplace and how to communicate effectively with each one as a young professional or a professional in general. Let's start with why communication with your boss can feel difficult. You see, early in your career, communicating with leadership can feel intimidating. Most of your life, you've communicated with friends, family, classmates, professors, and others. But workplace communication is different because leaders are responsible for things like team performance, project deadlines, organizational outcomes, budgets and strategy, and many more. Because of this, leaders are often evaluating communication based on clarity, efficiency, and solutions. And one of the biggest skills professionals can develop is learning how to communicate upward. That starts with recognizing different leadership styles. And from what I've seen, there are 4 main ones that you need to be able to identify. Leadership style number 1 is the authoritative leader. This style combines elements of autocratic and bureaucratic leadership. These leaders value structure, accountability, results. They tend to make decisions quickly and expect clear communication from their team. When communicating with an authoritative leader, long explanations usually don't help. Instead, they appreciate structured communication. A great format is this: update, challenge, solution. For example,
the project is currently on schedule. We encountered a delay with the vendor, but I've contacted 2 alternatives and recommend moving forward with the second option.
This signals something leaders value very highly: initiative. The second leadership style you may encounter is the visionary leader. These leaders are focused on innovation, growth, the future direction of the organization. They often connect closely with transformational leadership, where the goal is inspiring progress and improvement. Visionary leaders care about why the work matters, so when communicating with them, connect your work to impact. Instead of saying, "I finished the report," try saying,
"I finished the report," and the insights could help us improve retention in this customer segment.
This shows that you understand how your work contributes to the bigger picture. The third leadership style is the coaching leader. These leaders combine elements of servant leadership and coaching leadership. Their primary focus is developing people. They often ask questions like, "What do you think? How would you approach this? What did you learn from this?" With this type of leader, communication should feel collaborative. Instead of simply giving updates, invite discussion. For example,
I completed the first phase of the project, and I'd love your perspective on whether we should prioritize option A or option B next.
This shows engagement and critical thinking. The fourth leadership style you may encounter is the hands-off leader. These leaders tend to delegate responsibility, trust their team to manage their work, and step in only when necessary. For young professionals, this style can sometimes feel confusing because there may be very little guidance. The key to working with this leader is proactive communication. Instead of waiting for them to check in, provide updates. For example,
"I wanted to share a quick update on the project and get your feedback before moving to the next phase."
This helps keep alignment even when the leader prefers autonomy. Regardless of leadership style, I would be remiss to not share a few communication habits that can hurt your credibility. So avoid these. The first is being overly vague. Instead of saying, "I'm working on it," say, "I've completed the research phase and will finish the draft by tomorrow." The second is over-explaining. Too much detail can make communication confusing. Focus on clarity, not quantity. And the third is waiting too long to communicate problems. If something is going wrong, it's better to raise it early rather than wait until the last minute. Leaders appreciate transparency. The reality is that communication with leadership is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. But once you learn how to understand leadership personalities, communicate clearly, and bring thoughtful solutions, you start to build something incredibly important in your career, and that is trust. And trust is often what leads to new opportunities. leadership visibility, and career growth, which, as we know, is very important for Gen Z. If you're a professional trying to grow in today's workplace, your communication is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on for more content. My name is Hannah Jennerine, and I will see you with a new video very soon.